Hope everyone's okay. This is a bit of an unexpected one. I don't normally film stuff like this, but I thought, you know what? While I'm doing it, I'm not going to show you everything I've done, but I'm going to explain what I've done. So, as you can see, there's a lot of my latest videos I haven't included what this pond is filtered by, what's on here. So I thought I would go through what my method in my madness is for this winter in this pond, the outdoor pond 10k, and what I've got planned for it. So what I have got to do is get those pumps back on, because as you can see it's overflowing on my pond overflow. Here it is. So let's go over here so I can get settled and I'll tell you what I've done. So as you can see, I've got two Cockney 5k. I say 5k, don't hold 5k, but they run 5k. So I think that's both pumps on now. Yep, they've just kicked in. Here's the one for the shower. That's the one for the shower. And then I've got one of these Matsuko switch boxes, which have been quite good actually, but they're very fiddly inside. So what have I got? So I used to have a Vortex brush in there, but it got on my tit. So what I did, made a bucket, put some holes in it, and I actually made like a brush box. So it comes in on a 3-inch bottom drain, which is in there. Comes in at the bottom, goes into like a vortex inside. On the side of this bucket is a load of 1.5-inch holes in this wall here. You can see them, look, like that. And they're just on this part of the bucket. My overflow goes through the bucket like an hole, and then it just comes in to the bucket. I've got a bend, a rainwater bend that fits these perfect. And it goes into this side, and then there's another rainwater tee, and then I've got these two mesh drawstring sack things that it goes through into here, through them, out of there, then down through there to a 5k pump, back to the plant filter, then goes through the plant filter to remove the nitrate back into the pond off that spill, and that's it. And then that's just full of jack matting. Now, why have I filmed this? Well, I thought I'm going to clean this filter out here, and then I thought, right, I've not done these for ages. I used to do these once a week, and I haven't done for a long time, and there was just silt and everything in them. So I thought, right, do you know what, I touched them, I got some, messed all the water up in there basically, because I was cleaning a few of the jack matting. So anyway, it's had a deep clean now. This side's been poured about 2-3 times, hosed down. Everything's been cleaned, the sack's in there, all the jack matting's hosed down as well. Yes, I hosed it down with tap water. I know you're not meant to, but it was filthy. So, and we're going into winter. We're only getting a scoop of food a day as well, so there's plenty enough. I've still got the biological in the shower, everything's reducing now anyway, because it's only 12 degrees in there. So anyway, enough of that waffle. There's my method in my madness there. Now what I'm doing this year, I'm going to leave the air pump off. It's a big 95 litre air pump there. I don't know what 95 litre runs off, I bet it's 40 watts. I've got a 25 watt UV there, little one. Sorry, no, 15 watt, 11 watt UV, just to top up with a plant filter. That's gone off, so I'm going to be saving about 50 watts. I will reduce the shower, because that's on 65% of the minutes. That'll probably go down to about 40%, so that'll probably be running off 40 watts by the time I've done, or 50. And then there's a 5,000 litre pump, and I'm going bareback this year, guys. Bareback, sorry, say bareback. I'm not putting the pond balls on this year. I know, must be crazy, eh? But anyway, I'm going to try it. No air going in. Run the shower as long as possible. Run the plant filter as long as possible. And then this will just be running on a 5k pump. And see how we go. So there you go. So yeah, I just made this brush box. I made this like tray here, look, that slides out, in and out. And these here are fine brushes, coarse brushes. So they go through the coarse brushes, through the fine brushes, clean water comes out here, then it goes through them to net filters, down through the jack matting, 5k pump, down the side of the pond. There's a little pipe there, return, that I can open up, and I can isolate the plant filter if I need to. If I think there's going to be a risk of frost and the water freezing on that spillway and it backtracking and overflowing, then I'll turn it off. But that normally hasn't happened to me yet once, and I've had this pond, I think this is my 9th year. And then the shower can just keep running because that won't freeze up. But anyway, and I just thought I'd run you through that. And this, to check out my videos, in fact I'll link one at the end of the video. It'll be up here, and there'll be a card, end card. Tap on the end card and I'll see if I can link it through to my filter setup, my plant filter stuff on my early days. The videos gone by, there's loads. Check out the videos. I think there's 178 in total. If you go about right back, go and check those videos out, you'll see this whole pond build on here, built from hand, dug from hand, built every brick from hand, made all the filters DIY, everything's DIY. There's nothing really bought in, there's no filter that's bought, apart from that one I got second hand for £200 I think it was. So yeah, the ceramic meter in there, and the plant filter's been great because that keeps the nitrate down. So this has had a really big deep clean, and then the water comes in through this 2-stage filter, and there's a pre-filter, sediment filter, carbon filter, and then it goes through this RO filter. Now what I did with that, I've got 2 membranes on it. I modified it so it runs through 2 membranes. So it goes through one membrane, then the waste from that one goes through to another membrane, and then it goes to waste and then through to the pond. So it's like a 2 series. And if I'm honest with you, that's been great. So, and it keeps my TDS down. My TDS is not high actually, it's only about 200 ppm out the tap. But yeah, this is running on RO. So I've not done a water test. I might do, because I've got to go and clean my filters out in my 5k on my Easy Pod. Got to clean that filter out, and I'll probably get the KH test, ammonia and nitrite, just do a water test on these, because I have bunged about 300 grams of bicarb. Because last time I tested this, the bicarb was teetering on about 1-2, and that was ages ago. Because of the RO, that water is completely inert, depending on how good it's running down to. So I did have a 0, 200 ppm going in, coming out at 0, but it won't be on that now because them filters haven't been maintained that well. So I'd imagine it's probably about 40 ppm going in, which is not too shabby. It's alright for a pond, it doesn't need to be 0. So I suspect that the TDS in here should be quite low, around about 150 ppm, I would imagine. So I'll check it in a bit, and I'll probably cut it into this video. But yeah, things are looking good. So filters had a deep clean. Air's not going in there, that's good, stopping off now. Definitely stopping off. I'm going to try that this year without no air going into the pond. I normally advocate for keep your air on and everything on, but this year I'm not going to myself. I'm going to see, because there's enough oxygenation in that pond water because of the temperature of it. So the air movement and then the circulation is not needed anymore in this pond, because there'll be enough oxygen in the pond due to the temperature of the water. It's only 12 degrees. The fish are looking quite happy, no marks on them or anything. The chaggle that had a bump on its head now starting to recover. It's hit its head and got a little slit on its head. And look at that plant and that Buddha, look at that, beautiful. So what I'm going to do this year, because I made a mistake a couple of years ago, I didn't cut all this back, I left it. Then in spring when new shoots come, it was a bugger to cut. So what I do now is let it dry off a bit on a nice winter's day, and it's nice and crisp, cut it all down, and then obviously put in my garden waste. This all needs a bit of maintenance. All these leaves need coming back and everything like that, and I will do. So yeah, this is my last thing now. This needs a good... I did find a bit of waste in my bottom drain when I pulled the drain. So yeah, I will just pull. A lot of these leaves are still connected actually, so I'll pull all the... Just makes a little bit of a difference. There's a load of green, whatever you want to call it, you know what it's called. Just pull up, look at this. You have to watch growth around your pond, because as decorative as it is, moss and that, it does act as a siphon. You know, capillary action will draw it to the moisture and start draining your pond. I know it sounds daft, but it does. So this is about it. Should have had my rubber gloves on really. Anyway, get rid of all this for now. And then when I've got my... Oh, there's one there, look, onto the surface. There we go. That'll do for now. Give it a bit of a... Looks a lot better already, don't it? Yeah, the fish sense the disturbance, look, and love it. You can see some DOCs already forming, coming off there where I've been messing about. And these all need pulling now. Look, I pulled most of them off the other day, or a couple of weeks ago. I may as well get them off now. And it's finishing off that disturbance. Oh, it's nice and clean in there. There's a bit of sediment in there, but I'm not too worried about that because I need something to grow off. That's about it. I've put some sodium thiosulfate solution in. I've got a bottle in there that I've pre-made. So now all it leaves me to do is, when that reaches the overflow point, I turn the tap off, and then that is on a solenoid valve. Check out a previous video, I made that, you'll see that. So a solenoid valve there, look, it's plugged in, solenoid under there, and it comes on, hour off, hour on, hour off, all the way through the day. And then that gives me about 10 to 12 hours of RO water going in. 12 hours on, 12 hours off, if you know what I mean. But hour on, hour off, I deliver it that way. And just keeps it tip top, as opposed to a constant trickling from a tap through a carbon filter. It goes for a carbon filter anyway, but anyway, that's why I do this one. Now the only downside of that is obviously the waste. So every 7 litres or so going in, or every litre you get, you're wasting about 6-7 litres. But it goes back to drain anyway, it goes back to the network, to Severn Trent, because it's all in the drain. In fact, I've got the waste there actually, look. I have the waste going there to keep this watered in summer. So what I will do, actually, I'm thinking about it, I'm going to, there it is, look, it's off at the moment. So what I'm going to do is push that back down my, there you go, and that's how it will remain now for winter. So the waste from the RO will now go back to Severn Trent and down the drain. And then in summer again next year, when this starts to struggle, because it's under this deck, it gets watered, but obviously it's not as watered as it should. I just put that waste part, there's a little hole there next to the tree stump, look, and it just keeps it watered. It seems to do alright on that. Anyway, there we go, that's about done. That's it, I'm all ready. Done my maintenance on that, and it's all set for winter. The runoff's working quite well there now, look. That's doing well. So we will see. Let's see what the winter brings, and let's see what the pond, how they do without no covers on. We've had a bit of a, I say mild spell, it's at 12.5 at the moment. The lowest this got down to is about 5 degrees, this pond, uncovered. So obviously it depends on what type of winter you have, if it's long and prolonged. So I'm going to pull my covers back, and that's it. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel. I go there mecking this and about in the water. If you're new, please subscribe, tap on the Koi Kicks icon here, and please check out my other videos here. Thanks for watching. Bye from me. That's my winter maintenance done already, so these are ready to rock and roll for winter. Awesome.